A study published in the Journal of Family Issues found that mothers tend to carry a disproportionate amount of families' emotional labor, which can significantly impact their mental health. Specifically, the study indicated that mothers who manage the majority of the family's emotional labor are more likely to experience symptoms of anxiety and depression. This highlights the importance of recognizing and addressing the unseen emotional labors to support the mental and well-being of mothers. Unruly. Unruly. Mom call. Unruly. Unruly. Mom call. My name is Ish.
Yes.
I'm off the leash.
Yes.
And when these kids are on my nerves, I want to scream.
Unruly.
Unruly. Mom call.
Unruly. Unruly.
Mom call.
I go by Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm with my kids.
Yeah.
We fresh as heck.
Yeah.
Running up them digits.
Yeah.
Shop with Michelle.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Michelle.
I'm Ish. And today we are going to be talking about a serious topic, and that is the unseen emotional labor of moms.
Of moms. It has to be said. It needs to be showed.
It needs to be
Discussed.
managed and discussed because that's really important, and because it's unseen, nobody really talks about it. I don't think it gets a lot of recognition.
No.
Like, we see, like, okay, mom's doing this, like taking their kids to school, you're a soccer mom, this and that, you
Right.
see that.
Right.
But when we're talking about like the emotional labor of moms, I don't really feel like that gets seen.
It doesn't.
And emotional labor is like planning stuff for your family, holidays, Christmas, birthday parties, planning trips, planning your like schedules and doing that and stuff like that.
It's a lot.
And that gets overwhelming as well.
That's what I'm saying. Mom are like super women because we take on so many roles. Like when you become a mom, it's like I'm taking on a lot, and it gets overwhelming.
It gets overwhelming.
It gets overwhelming. Like my niece was just stating, like she was just saying, like, where's my team? And I felt that.
Yeah.
Like where are people when I need them?
Right.
Like it takes on a lot. And y'all always saying, and she was like, they calling them niece, aunts, uncles, everybody. It's a team. It takes a team.
It does.
To raise. It takes a village to raise a kid.
Right. And like we talked about that too, like just finding your mom tribe. If y'all didn't see that episode, go check it out. It's like one of our first episodes.
We talked about that. We talked about finding your mom tribe because you need a tribe to raise these kids.
Yeah.
Just so you won't be overwhelmed. Like, you won't lose your mind. You won't go crazy. You won't, like you need a team for you.
For you. And you can not saying like, yeah, put that emotional, like for me, if I'm venting to you, it's not so that you can fix my problems, right? It's so that I could just take it off of me and like feel seen, right?
Yeah.
And feel heard.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's where that comes in for like having a mom tribe, people that you can trust and people that you can talk to.
Absolutely.
That's important. Like,
and get these kids sometimes, because sometimes we need space.
Yeah.
People be forgetting, like, we are human too. Like, just because you become a mom don't mean you can't still live your life.
Yeah.
I still got a life to live. I have my life. My children have a life. So, we all need to live our own life.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel like unseen emotional labor means to you? Like, what does that mean to you?
Behind the scenes, like stuff I do for my kids, with my kids, to my kids, like that nobody never really see, but we show up every time. Like, you know what, I'm doing a good job.
Right.
So I feel like unseen labor is like get up and show up even when it's hard.
Right. And one of the things too that I feel like is important is that we as like, I want to say, like, how they say moms are, this is a mom podcast, so of course we know dads are important, but when they say moms are really the more softer side, right? The more emotional side. So I feel like we take on a lot of our children's emotions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are we have our own emotions, right?
Yeah.
We are taking on our children's emotions too.
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
is unseen as well. You know, people think, oh, we're, you know, it's just about you and what your emotions go. But no, like my kid
I
could
feel
be
what my kid feels.
yeah,
Yeah.
or my kid could be going through something,
Mhm.
right? I hear about a lot of moms and they're, you know, they might have teenagers or whatever the case may be, or maybe, you know, younger kids or even older kids than that.
Yeah.
And they see their kids go through depression.
Yeah.
And they see their kids go through having anxiety.
Bullying.
Being bullied.
Yeah.
And you see how that affects your child. And you're like, dang,
It hurts.
what can I do to take that burden off my kid?
Yes.
You know?
I feel that.
So then that's like on us extra hard. Like, you know, we're trying to make our kid like know their worth and
Yeah.
understand like this will pass. Like you're so young.
That's
and
true.
you know, so I feel like that's unseen too. Like us taking that emotional side from our children and just making them feel better, even if we're not even up to par or
That's
have
true.
that
That's
energy,
true.
you know,
Yeah. I feel
energy
that.
to do so
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're gonna always do it for our children.
Right. I was watching a movie like that when his son had did something, but it was really an accident. But the father was a judge. It's on Netflix.
I love it. Your Honor.
Oh my God.
Love it.
I really loved it because it was coming from two parent points of views. Like, dang, my kid is done for.
Right.
But you feeling their pain, but you actually feeling your son pain too, because you like, dang,
I know he's such a good kid.
Mhm.
I know he didn't mean it.
But you feeling for the other parent as well. Boy that went to jail for
Uh-huh.
I felt real bad for her because like her son really didn't do anything.
Right.
He really didn't do nothing.
Right.
And it just like two boys lost their life with no justice.
No justice
behind it. But the judge, I felt him because he was like, you got so much life to live. Like, but then in a sense it's like, yeah, you got so much life to live. I didn't live my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I feel like as a mom, I'm here for my children.
Yeah.
Whatever they need, throw it on me. I'll take it because I'm stronger. I'm wiser.
I've been here.
I
don't want this that you're going through to break you down when you're not here no more.
I don't.
And
you're young, so you still got more time to realize. And you know what I'm saying? So give it to me. I'll take every burden. I'll take the top of the world for my kids. And I felt that. Like, I would do that for my children.
Yeah.
Like, I take
maybe not that way.
Not that way. Not that way.
But I
understood where he was coming
where
from.
he was coming from.
Yeah. He was like, you got so much more life to live. And that's true. They're young.
They're young.
Yeah. So that's how I feel that. That's unseen.
That's unseen. That's unseen. That also, too, like, with that, when we take on that, I feel like as moms, too, like, this is some advice, we do have to understand that our kids do have to feel these emotions for them to grow, right?
That's true.
Sometimes we stump our kids by doing
that,
and then they get older and they're in relationships and
lost.
They have friendships, they lost, they don't know how to control their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to maneuver through that. Yeah. So it's important that we have a balance of when we know how to take on that emotional labor and when we know how to just, all right, let our kids sit with it.
Yeah.
That's so.
Agreed. That's agreed.
Yeah.
That's unseen. So what is an unseen like moment for you?
I think an unseen moment for me is like, just like day to day, like scheduling, like,
and consistency with the schedule.
Yes, and like I say that in a sense of like in my mind, and it's not like it's not like I talk about it or like I'm vocal about it.
Yeah,
having a schedule, sticking to it, knowing like, all right, this like I know that for us to get out of here at 9. This needs to be done at 7:30.
Yeah.
This needs to be done at that time.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be up earlier.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand that, of course, stuff happens. And what they say, when humans plan, God laughs. That's a quote that I've heard a lot of times. And it's like, so I granted that happens. But sometimes I feel like I personally get like overwhelmed in a small bit of anxiety when stuff don't go that
Yeah.
way, because I'm trying my best to
Mhm.
like just not. Okay, so I'm trying my best not to get overwhelmed or have anxiety.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do it on a schedule. But when you know
Default,
what I'm saying?
real
It's
time.
like it's like
back and forth.
it's back and forth.
It's
So
back and forth.
I think sometimes I do put a lot of like emotions on myself
Yeah.
because I try to do it that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's something that's unseen, like just scheduling stuff, or even like say we go on a trip or something. Like I'm packing the kids' clothes, and not saying that that's like too much or overwhelming.
It's too much.
But that's too much. But it's just like I'm thinking about what needs to be in the bag, and what needs to do this, and what needs to do that, and da da da. And so I feel like stuff like that for me is like unseen emotional labor that I feel like like it's not really talked about. Like I don't really have to. I just do it.
It's just you just do it.
I just do it.
It's just done because it has to be done.
But it could. But some days it could. It does get. Like I feel like I don't want to do this today.
No, for real.
I don't.
Most of the time, I don't want to do this today.
No.
I probably want to do it tomorrow. Or schedule me a day. Like, can the kids be on my schedule? Like,
can they just be on my schedule and
No,
I'm not
seriously.
on theirs?
Like, for real. Nah, but momming is fun though. Like it is. It's a treasure to be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And when you become a mom, you rock it. Like it's not nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not no rule book behind it. You just mom because it's just in you. It's like something on your heart that you do as a mom. And I feel like, and my mom, she like I could literally call my mom in tears and be happy immediately after. It's like she my therapist. Like she's everything to me. So when I call her, it's just like, Mom, she's like, I already know. And it's like,
and it's just like, okay.
I feel better.
And like
my
I feel
mom
seen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel seen.
I feel heard. I feel valued.
Yes.
Everything my mom, she be like, you are so, even if I'm doing damage, I'm out here being evil. My mom like, you are an angel.
I understand.
I know why you did it. It's because.
Right.
So moms, it's just no limitations to mom.
Yeah. And that goes into a question that I want to ask too. Like, how can like our partners and like other family members like recognize and share in the emotional labor, and like moms not just take it on ourselves.
It's all about communication. I feel like because we all are going through something. We all got our own mind on a lot of things, but I feel like if it's an understanding and communication, like, come on, like even if you don't feel like it, I feel like it.
Yeah, that's actually super facts. I think that a lot of times we don't communicate our emotional labor, and then we just take it in on ourselves because we don't want to seem like we're complaining, or we don't want to seem like, a lot of times people be like, oh, like moms, like y'all are soft nowadays, y'all complaining this and that. No, our moms wanted to complain too back in the day, but they couldn't. They couldn't. Mm-hmm. They wasn't in like I don't feel like back then they wasn't in touch with like their emotions like we are now.
Facts.
So we feel them and we are vocalizing a little bit more and stuff like that. So I feel like open communication with our family members and open communication with our partner. If you're pouring it into your kids and you're emotional with your children, but you're telling them why you're emotional, and like letting them know like, oh, this is not for you, but this is what mom's going through right now. I may need some time, this and that and third. We're gonna, like also giving them security. I feel like when people pour out their emotions to their kids and let their kids see them, that they not giving their children also security to know that mom's gonna be okay, we're gonna be okay. They just pour it onto them, so their kids is like, dang, what can I do? That's like with a lot of the young boys or young girls too, but mostly young boys, they go out in the streets or they go out and try to or also try to fill that financial gap that moms have, fill something for their moms so that their moms can be happy. Instead of the moms saying, hey, we're going to be okay, this and that, and giving them that security
Yeah.
so they won't feel insecure in that part and go find it somewhere else.
Yeah. I feel that.
Communication properly. Like, even if it has to go to therapy and y'all talking to a professional, because some moms and some parents don't know that they are even making their children feel insecure about issues or their emotional baggage that they're carrying.
Absolutely. That's true. Communication, most important thing.
I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, because it's a lot of lack of communication. When you take on the emotions from the kid, their mind is clear. Like, now they like, oh, you know what? I'm good. My mom good. I'm good. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like.
So just, keeping that and understanding that. And I think just being aware. And like, even for our family members and our partners to be aware and ask questions too. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, hey, do you, I know you did dinner Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You want to get something to eat, or do you want me to
initiate
the dinner?
Initiate it.
Initiate.
We need you to initiate that. Okay, look, you initiate. Are you okay? You need anything? You need some time? Don't let me say it. Like, why do I have to force it to say it? Like, you see me.
Yeah.
You right here with me.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes too I like talking to, like, especially like my sister or my mom, like, they really, like you said, understand, and I feel seen and heard, because they're like, like, I know the kids are a lot, or this and that, and so even I went back home last week for a week, and it was like just a really good feeling. It was refreshing. It was refreshing, just to have, like, my personal support there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the kids have, like, great support, but sometimes it's not always about them. No. You know what I'm saying? No. And, like, sometimes it's about me and like filling my cup. Because if I choose me first, I can do so much for you. I don't want to half-ass anything that I do for anybody else, or anything that I ever do for my children. I want it to be I want to be fully capable.
I want to be fully healthy. I want to be fully aware.
Yes.
Rejuvenated.
Yes.
My mind is clear.
Yes.
So I gotta do
it so I'm gonna do that first. And I think, like, one of the things that I, like, really take into for, like, a priority for me is, like, really doing that, like, journaling, or having that time where I could, like, sit back and, like, be on the phone. Like, sometimes, like, even on the phone, I need to sometimes, I don't want my kids to necessarily like always just like be right there. I can't have a decent conversation or something like that. So that even is like prioritizing myself. Like, hey, I'm about to go in here and take a phone call. You can sit here with the kids. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I feel like why I got initiated?
Why I got to say it?
You see me on the phone.
So that too is being more aware, like what our partners and family members that, what they can do is be more aware of what's going around in your surroundings. Yeah. Right? Reading the room.
Let's read the room.
That's it.
Let's read the room.
Read the room.
If you feel me, if you feel my voice getting a little static a little bit,
hey, let's go in the room. Because
take the situation.
Because I have done that. I have seen my partner get real flustered and irritated with our children during the time he was like busy doing something, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, okay, girls, let's all go in a room. We're going in a room. Let's read a book. Let's watch the video. Close the door, lock the door. We're in this room for at least an hour. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? I have done those things. There has been a situation where my partner is like, okay, I see, she's overwhelmed, so I'm going out.
In that.
Yeah. But I'm going out. Let me take one of the girls. Yeah. And so my partner has done that. Okay. So a couple times. And so that is more so when I say, okay, I'm feeling seen, I'm feeling heard. Yeah. And, so I will give, I'll give him his pointers on that. You know what I'm saying?
I give him that. I give my spouse that. He do that. He do give me time when he see that I need some time.
Yeah.
So,
but I get what you're saying, just like more. Just do it a little bit more consistently.
Like, let's be consistent in there. Like, that's because if we're happy, the kids are happy. So let's be consistent in like finding out, okay, what's going to work for you today? I got something going on. Like, let's plan it together. Like, communication.
That part. Or being like, all right, what's your battery on today? Oh, my battery's on 20%. Oh, what's your battery on? My battery's on 70%.
Because you
right.
know, mom needs to recharge. Like, she needs to be 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Dad could be 80. He could be 70. He could be 60. Seriously, he could be 80%, but I have to be on 100.
Yeah.
I'm taking on all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
they always say the man head of household, but mom is head of household.
Yes. I just seen this guy. He said, yes, I'm the head of household, but I need to make sure my woman is one. It was like something like he need to make sure his woman is also 100% straight.
Yeah.
And that because she takes care of, like you said, like the emotional labor and stuff, and like the planning and what goes into that, and what goes into the fridge, or what goes into that pot, and, you know, and like all that. So just I think understanding that as well. And again, not all moms have that.
Not all moms have that.
And so that's why, like, even if you don't have family members or you don't have a partner, again, finding your mom tribe, you know, like going to a mom group, like, and I feel like it's nothing wrong with trying to reach out to even like strangers you don't know when it comes to like a supportive community.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like you need that.
You do.
You know? So
you
any moms that's listening, if you guys are feeling like you don't have that and you need that, Unruly Moms, you can DM us,
anytime,
email us anytime.
Because a talk goes a long way. Even if you just have genuine people in your corner just to tell you, look, it's gonna be all right. You can carry on.
Yes.
Momming gets hard, but you've been momming, so mom some more. Mom some more. That's it.
Yeah, and I think
feel that.
Yeah, I think just regular check-ins too.
Yeah,
like regular check-ins with like your family members, your partners, and even this is for people that don't have kids, that people that's in your circle. Just checking in. Hey, how you doing today?
Yeah.
Hey, like, oh yeah, and like you said, just giving a voice to that person. Because even with single moms, like I heard, like single moms will not talk to nobody for weeks, and they'll just be like, do the daily thing, be at home with their kids. This, that,
because sometimes that's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do sometimes.
But we need check-ins, though. We need to, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not checking in with somebody, check in with yourself. Like reading, like writing in a journal. Like I'll always say, like write in a journal. Even if you don't write in a journal, I told, as like, you know, a mental health counselor, I told one of my clients, I'm like, even if you don't, she was like, oh, I don't really like writing in my journal. You know, something happened. I was like, do voice notes.
Yeah, do voice notes.
I said, just do a voice note.
Because really, you're not really talking to yourself. You're talking to God.
Really. Yeah.
When you're talking,
or whoever your belief, you know,
whoever your belief is. But you really just coming into it with God is just like, you know what? I need a moment. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where it's going. Right. I just need a moment.
And just to talk. It's just important to just talk it through. I had
to learn how to just to be around, you know, because I was like so by myself all the time. So sometimes I go in my room and just like shut down, and I be doing it for a long time, and I was like, I gotta stop doing that. And I got children, but then I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just writing in my journal and talking to God. For real. So, and the kids be banging on the door. And I be like, look, I needed a minute. And then I come out refreshed. Yeah. Now I'm refreshed. Now I can handle y'all. What's up?
Yeah. Like, what y'all need now?
Yeah. Like, what y'all need now? But I just needed a moment for me so I won't be yelling at them.
Right.
So I just need the time to cool off so I can come back and like, all right, what's going on? Like, what's up now? Yeah. Like, I think if we take time to ourselves, we wouldn't be so on edge all the time, like yelling at the kids because we frustrated.
Yeah.
Frustration goes a long way. And you got to get that frustration down. Go tell God about it. Yeah. I'm a little frustrated right now. Yeah. I need to be calm. Calm me, God.
Calm. And just giving yourself grace again. Like, you know what I'm saying? That, like, emotional labor can be hard, especially, again, when it's unseen and you're not really, like, acknowledged for it. Not saying you need to be praised or celebrated for it, but just being seen, like, oh, thank you for doing that, oh, thank you for packing the clothes, or thank you for you know, just be like, oh yeah, you know. Sometimes, you know, as people in general, we just don't hear that enough
at all.
So I feel like that's important as well. One tip that I do want to leave for the Unruly Mom audience is practice mindfulness, right? Try to like meditate. Like my thing is I meditate a lot.
Yeah.
I'll like sit.
You
and
gotta
just-
teach me.
Yeah.
You gotta teach me. I really want to meditate.
Meditation though, like no, like somebody asked me that, and I'm like, meditation really takes practice.
It takes practice.
Like it really takes practice to quiet your mind. It took me a long time.
Okay.
Like it did. It
Yeah.
took me a long time.
Because your mind still be my mind.
Going.
If
going.
somebody could put a heat tracker on my mind, it'd be like flaming up. Like my mind just be like brrr, all day long.
It'd be going.
And I be trying to say, look, it still be going.
Mm-mm.
It still be going.
You really just gotta, and it's gonna, like, even sometimes I meditate and I got a lot on my mind.
Yeah.
I'll be in the zen, and then it'll pop up in my mind, and then I just kind of like bring myself back. I really do it like I bring myself back into my breathing.
Yeah.
Because when you focusing on your breathing, right, and you're like, and 1, 2, 3, like, and you counting that, you can't think of two things at one time.
No, you can't. You can't.
Try it, y'all. If you can think of two things at one time, let me know.
Think of 2, 3
but you can't.
You can't.
You really, technically,
it's like
really
you
can't.
coming in sync with your breathing. So you really thinking about your breathing.
You're thinking about your breathing.
Okay.
So that's really how, like, I started being like, okay, like learning and like just focusing on my breathing and focusing on like my actual body and where I'm at, like focusing on my toes and how that feel, and relaxing my shoulders and, you know, feeling how really my body feels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So that is, I would say that really helped me in terms of like my emotional labor and how I like kind of like get it off. I know you said like you have like a prayer corner.
I have a prayer corner. I talk to God most importantly, and I write in my journal a lot too. But then it's just like you just coming and agreeing with yourself is like, I chose this life, so I gotta live it. I just feel like writing in the journal was a good thing because you clearing your mind when you're putting it on paper.
Yep.
So that's the thing that I do, and I've been doing that a lot. I got a lot of journals.
I got like 10 journals.
I got like they got everything got something in it.
Yeah.
Everything got something in it. Even if you just write down what you're grateful for.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Like what? Yes. I feel like that helps me a lot too. It helps me focus and be like, all right, you know what? Like I got this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think communication.
Yep.
Doing mindfulness.
Praying. Taking time for yourself.
Yes.
Making sure you relaxing yourself, even if it's getting your nails and your feet done, your hair. Me, it's my hair. I love getting my hair done.
Yeah.
Like that's just
it makes you feel good.
It makes me feel good. I like getting my hair done. Even if you're getting your toe, even if sometimes I just lay in the bed, just paint my nails on my toes. It just makes me feel. It just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Or just going to lay in their room and let Dream do whatever. Yeah. Let's watch each other. You watch me sleep. Yeah.
Like, you watch me sleep.
But I know your sister or your brother got you, so we good.
Right.
I fell asleep here.
Right.
It makes me feel. I love my kids.
Right. Yes. We love the kids.
We love the kids.
We love the kids. Yeah. But yeah, guys, so I feel like this was super important that we just talked about that, because I think, again, a lot of moms are unseen, unheard.
Background.
Yeah, when it comes to like the emotional labor part and the stuff that is not like typical, or stuff that cooking, stuff like that, stuff that's like really unseen that we do, that still affects us emotionally.
Yeah.
So
you're not unheard and you're not unseen.
Yeah.
Here at
if you feel like that, DM us.
Okay.
Got you. And a little plug-in, if you're feeling like that, go over to Gemstonian.
Yeah.
Okay, and grab you some Ease Up.
Okay.
Aromatherapy works too. Okay.
Get you some of that papaya scrub. Like, just get some. You feel so.
Just get some.
You trying to make content? Get you some papaya scrub.
But yeah, this is Unruly Moms. I'm Ish.
I'm Michelle.
And this is Unruly. Unruly Mom Call.